Wait, is that a bird? Why are there birds in pretty much every cutscene? It makes no... Oh, I see. I can see every equation now. So that's how folks like Nicole and Alice always know what is happening even when they are not around. Think about it. Nicole has not been considered as a sender by the Fatui, which means that she should be from Tevat. But if she is, she should be subject to changes in Irminsul and should definitely not know when something has been tampered with. And yet, as soon as Scaramouche had his meltdown and tried to erase his entire existence, Nicole reached out to the Traveler and told them to trust their memories and not be fooled by the changes. So how did she know what had happened? Well, Celestia might not be as big of a fish as we thought. In fact, thousands of years ago, the day before the people of Enkanomiya were set to return to the surface, a certain Conria envoy told us as much. A diplomatic party was sent to the sunken nation to steal before Sun and Moon, in an attempt to prove that the celestial gods were aliens that did not belong to Tevat. Antigonus, who had been an assigned bodyguard to the Conrian diplomatic party, as well as two of his Yubashiri buddies, were falsely accused of the theft. But Antigonus, being freakishly strong, was able to break out of prison. He promised the other two he'd mark his escape route with the picture of a bird. He was able to track down the real culprits and defeat them, even though they unleashed a ruin guard on him. The guy was a monster, I tell you. In the end, Antigonus ended up succumbing to his injuries, as did the Conrians, but one of them had enough time left to leave behind this forgotten report with a warning. They claimed that Conria had been short-sighted, that it wasn't Celestia they should have been worried about. They mentioned a restricted area of the library where they seem to have come across knowledge that has been forgotten by most people. Knowledge about a being, or beings, that are far more ancient and powerful than any celestial gods. The name of this entity is redacted, but we did get one of their titles. The Many-Eyed. Eyes, vision, visionary. According to Mona, visionaries are people with great, real power. So Verdolfnir, whose title is the Visionary, isn't someone to scoff at. During the Fontaine Archon quest, it was even hinted that Verdolfnir might have been the one to provide the prophecy, which is a terrifying thought. Think about it. We know it is Celestia that carves fate into Irminsul. If Verdolfnir was the one to give the prophecy to Egeria, that means that they are keeping track of the celestial gods themselves. That sounds like something only a being more ancient and powerful than Celestia could do. Could Verdolfnir be the Many-Eyed? It would certainly explain the birds. You see, in Norse mythology, Verdolfnir is a hawk that sits on top of a named eagle, which in turn sits atop the world tree. With this connection to birds, I wonder if Genshin's Verdolfnir might be able to use birds to spy on everything in Tevat. Not unlike how the ravens Hugin and Munin collected information from all over the world to take back to Odin. The fact that Antigonus promised to leave behind a picture of a bird of all things might have been a hint at this. Skirk implied that Surtology, Rhine-Daughter, and Verdolfnir all know each other. This means that our mysterious bird person has a connection to the Exant Circle through gold. So it's likely they also know the other witches and might even be the one who is keeping Nicole updated anytime anything is changed. But who is Verdolfnir then? Could they have already been introduced in-game? Think about it. Who in Tevat is really fond of birds, even going so far as to call them friends? That's right. I always knew Timmie would be the final boss. You know what you have to do, travelers? It's on site. If Surtology is the fowl, we must become Traveler, the fowl. After all, Timmie is definitely not on our side by now. But what do you think? Is Timmie really Verdolfnir, and will he be the final boss? Let me know in the comments. That's all from me today. My name is Blue, and I'll see you again soon. Safe journey, travelers. Oh, and happy April Fools!